Hello all, my name is Krishna and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic which is called as population and sample. So let us go ahead and try to understand what is the agenda of this particular video. So we'll be discussing about what is population. Then we'll try to understand what is sample. Now based on population and sample, there is two more terms which is called as population mean. We'll understand the application of application of population mean, sample mean with an example. So I'm going to make you understand what is a population mean. This is basically given by mu. Then I'm going to make you understand what is exactly sample mean. This is basically given by x bar, right? And then I'm going to take a very good example to differentiate between population and sample. In my next video, I'm also going to explain you about something called as random variables. So let us go ahead and try to take a very simple example what exactly is population and sample and what is the difference between population mean and sample mean. So let us go ahead. So let us consider that I want to find out the average height of all the people in some particular state. So suppose in this particular state there are around 1 million people. And suppose I want to find out the average height, right? Now, with respect to this particular state, it may be any state. So there are basically 1 million people over here, right? Now I'm going to revise the mean and mean formula also over here. So if I want to find out the average height, that basically means my formula will basically become 1 by 1 million multiplied by, right, summation of I is equal to 1 to 1 million, right? And then here I will basically be using my x of I, which is basically represent all these particular points where we are summing up and then we are doing an average of 1 million, right? Over here, this 1 million, which is basically my total number of people in this particular state, can be represented by capital N. Okay, so my capital N over here is 1 million, and because of that I have written summation of I is equal to 1 to capital M, and I am basically finding out the average of basically all the 1 million people. Now just understand guys, when I have this kind of problem statements like average height of all the people in a particular state, it is very difficult to go and actually find out the height of each and every person, right? Because I can't, like 1 million people are staying in this particular state. I cannot go and ask what is the height of yours, what is the height of yours. It is very difficult to just calculate all those things. So what do we do is that we basically use a new concept which is called as sample. Okay, I'll just define what exactly is sample. So suppose this is 1 million total. From this, what I will be doing is that we will be picking up some randomly 10,000 people, okay, from this. Suppose this is my sample I'm considering. My sample population, basically my sample out of this particular population. Now out of this 1 million people, I'm just taking up a sample of 10,000 people. Now this 10,000 is basically denoted by small n. Okay. Now if I want to find out the average, then what I can do is that I can basically write a formula I is equal to 1 to 10,000, right, x of I multiplied by 1 by 10,000. Yes, and now and you know that we can collect some 10,000 data from this particular population itself. I'll give a very good example where this population sample are heavily used. Okay, and again guys, when I want to find out this particular average, this is denoted by x bar, whereas this particular average, which is my population mean, so my population mean is basically denoted by something called as mu, whereas my sample mean is denoted by something called as x bar. Okay, so this can be considered as x bar is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to 10,000 x of I divided by 10,000. Now what is the real use case of this? Why we are learning about population and sample? Guys, remember, if if you have at least done one problem in machine learning problem statement, you'll be seeing various data set, right? In that particular data set, you'll be having some fixed number of records. You may be having 1 million records, you may be having 10,000 records, 20,000 records. And based on that, you have to basically apply some machine learning models to do the prediction. Now just imagine that 10,000, that 20,000, that 1 million records are basically your sample from a particular population, because it is very, very difficult to collect all the data of the population. Okay, so for that particular case, what we do is that we just take sample of data and then we try to actually implement some machine learning algorithms. Let me give you a very good example. I hope you have heard of something called as exit poll, right? So if you want to find out, so suppose I'm just going to take an example. Okay, if you want to find out which is the favorite party to win in this particular state, right? Or you want to just find out the exit poll in short. So I want to find out the exit poll after the election, right? And I want to see that how all the parties have basically performed. Okay, now from this I cannot go to each and every person. Now I know that my population in this state is 1 million people. I cannot go and ask each and every person to which party did you vote. So what does this news channel and other mediums do? That they'll take a sample of chunk of population from every region. Okay, suppose I'm considering total number of people over here is selected as 10,000. This 10,000 will be selected equally or in an equal proportion from different regions, and this particular they'll basically record their answers, and based on that, and now this is my sample, and based on their answers or output, so based on their answers or input, they will basically predict which party will win the election. Yes, which party will basically win the election. Now not only this guys, lot of surveys, lot of exit poll surveys, other kind of surveys, you know, companies are going to the clients and customers to understand about their products. It is not that they'll go to each and every person, they'll just pick a sample of population, then they'll try to ask that particular question. And remember guys, all of your data set in machine learning, how many number of records, they are basically your sample of data. And you have to use that sample of data and basically create your own machine learning model prediction algorithms, right? So this is the importance of population and sample. Now, some of the terms that you basically need to know, if I want to represent the population count, right? Suppose I want to represent the population count. This is basically represented by capital N. If I want to represent the sample count basically means total number of values in this population or total number of values in the sample. So that is what this count is basically specifying. So if I want to find out, if I want to represent something for the sample count, this is represented by small n. Okay, so capital N and small n. If I want to find out, if I want to represent what is the population mean, this is represented by mu, right? If I want to represent sample mean, this is represented by x bar. Okay, and you know about variance and standard deviation. Standard deviation is basically given by sigma. These are some of the notations that you basically use, you know, whenever you are actually working as a data science, whenever you are working as a data analyst, because this is the way you communicate with your team holders for making them understand about various terms. And this is generic things that we basically use. I hope you got the idea about population and sample. I hope you understood it properly, why we are basically using this. I've also given you a very good practical application. So this is all about this video guys. I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe the channel if you have not already subscribed. Share with all your friends. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. And one more surprise guys, the next video that I'm going to make is something called as random variables. I'm also going to discuss about the different types of random variables. And again, the main thing is that I'm going to take this term and include it in the terms of statistics and machine learning, how that is basically implemented, what is the main purpose of those in machine learning. So I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you one and all.